actually I sat down with, we were sitting down and was talking about all these different things that we should be able to do. Like have our own airplanes, our own cars, our own refrigerators. Because we invented those things, right? Refrigerators, stove, right?
Yes.
And the discussion was about, okay, in Africa, they should have all those things, the metal, aluminum, glass,
Well, they have
right?
that.
Yeah.
They have
So
that.
we should be self-sufficient.
But what is said that the Africans only own above the land and everybody else owns under. And we don't own anything under the
Oh,
land,
you don't?
only above because we've been selling it.
Okay, well,
I
that's
went up, sister,
Chinese.
not even sell it, giving it away.
Yeah,
Oh, let's give it away.
I talked to a Ghanaian man last week, and he says in his little village, when it rains, they have dirt ground. When it rains, the gold just comes up. Just pops up, and they just go down and scoop it up with, you know.
Who scoops it up? The Chinese? The what?
Well,
Europeans?
everybody's scooping it now, but he said as they were growing up, they would just scoop it up and.
Look at Ghana with all that gold.
Well, hold it. What was the original name of the country? I mean, what was the slave name of it? It was called the Gold Coast. They're not calling it Gold Coast because it's not gold. I mean, there's a reason why they call it that.
It was a misspelling called Eldorado. It was actually Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
That was the original name.
No, but I've been saying
the British name.
No. We understand. When they came, they're like, wow, gold.
Let's call it Gold Coast. That's what this is.
That's the point. But look at Ghana now, with all that gold, with all that coffee.
No, the main thing with Ghana
Coconut.
is oil.
No, my sister, I'm coming to that. So you have your gold and you have your crops, your commodities, and suddenly you have your oil. But yet, Ghana is just trying something with the IMF. Why would you be signing something with the IMF? For much billions now? In other words, what they are doing,
I'll take on the loan.
future sale, right? You already, say gold price now is at this price, is like $1,000 an ounce right now. For the next 50 years, you have already signed it, you're going to give them at 1,000. So even if gold goes to 5,000, you can't get that because you already signed up with your future earnings. These are people that are criminals. They're traitors.
That's why I said the other day when I had a conversation with someone, I was saying, we are our worst enemy sometimes. Sometimes we can't always say the white man this, the white man that.
It's greed.
We're our worst enemy sometimes.
It's greed.
Now we gotta now we have problems with the Europeans, white people. You got the Chinese in there now.
India.
Right behind the Chinese,
India.
you're gonna have to watch out for the Koreans, the Japanese.
Yeah, the Arabs.
So they're gonna be right behind the Chinese. You know they're gonna go in there and.
Yeah, the Arabs.
They're already there.
They're all
Can I ask a blanket question? Does anybody know what the solution is? Well, right here. This is a solution. This is the same thing that Garvey came up with 100
But what's
years
the
ago.
solution?
We need to do the work here. I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Edward Garvey realized it, and Garvey not only realized, but he lived it. We, black people here in this country, is the salvation and the solution for all of the black
That's
world.
right.
We don't realize it, but the Caribbean and the African continent is completely dependent upon what we do here.
Yep.
If we get our act together, we're right here, right now, right in this building.
That's right.
We do our work here, we can continue replicating it. We can make changes everywhere.
That's right.
Well, we have to do some
So
serious
those,
work.
yes, that's why we've got to commit and do the sacrifice. No, seriously,
Yeah,
because this is the solution.
Just to give you an example, I travel to Ghana on a regular basis. Increasingly difficult
Oh, hold
now.
on, I'm sorry, don't you like have a house in Ghana?
Well, I gave it up.
Oh.
But I want to tell you, the travel process has gotten a little more difficult because the United States, since this oil thing, is monitoring who's going in, who's going out, fingerprinting when you go in, fingerprinting when
Just
you
to travel?
to Ghana. And it's also in Senegal also. They want to be in control, especially us, the ones here sitting here. Yes, going over there, talking to the Africans, inciting them. They'll get rid of us, CIA, whatever, and those African leaders. They don't want us. They'll shut us up.
Yeah.
Talking about One Africa, we got One Africa Resort over there, right? She speaks up. Imicus has been speaking up against the Ghana government, repatriation. I just got a thing from her.
That is.
Trying to put her out of business.
Of
She's
course.
been over
Of
20 some odd years living there and stuff because she's talking too much. So they too will get rid of us.
Yeah.
Don't let them come in and live those.
Let me just share some of the Sister Anna and Kim and President Eduardo. Here are these our people return like for 30 years, 20 years. You know they are second-class citizens. They are not citizens in Ghana. That's one issue that one is taking up. How can some Chinese walk in Africa and he's a citizen? He has a right. And Africans who return, wasting away. You have no right, Raymond.
He doesn't get citizenship, he might get residency.
Look.
No, but I know he's saying that they will always be respected over our people. I get it.
Rita Marley, the iconic Rita Marley, the wife of Bob Marley, just got an honorary, listen to this, an honorary citizenship. She should have torn it up. Honorary citizenship. Not
You sure it's honorary? Because I thought she got it.
But my sister, honorary citizenship.
Yeah, I remember that.
And she's done so much.
He carried that to the chief. She was that chief.
And it's not,
I mean,
the Ghana government is greedy, and so therefore somebody's telling them don't do this, and they're not allowing us.
The argument is that they are puppets, not necessarily that
Yeah.
these are Uncle Tom. These are Toms, they are puppets. Just that, these are puppets. And that's why, the struggle of the country. So we have two enemies. We have two enemies. We have our race enemy and we have our class enemy. We have a race enemy. Like this country, same country. Like many governments over here. So just want to just point out that this is where it's at. Many of you might have seen this edition already. Where it's at. Where it's at.
Right. I didn't see that yet.
What
does paper say?
A community paper.
Yeah, you can pretty much get it at any restaurant.
Who's those two gentlemen in the front?
Repeat?
Those two gentlemen in the front.
Some preacher, but I want to get to the article. I want to get to the article. On page 9, page 6, resurrecting the spirit of Marcus Garvey, President Obama, we need your urgent attention. Now, I don't know how you and I feel about it, to exonerate.
You know,
I don't know if exonerated, they need something to be exonerated.
Brother Eichel, you know what? Let me respond to that. In fact, I did touch upon that in Philadelphia on Friday. No, actually, on Tuesday, I was on a radio station. And that was the same question was asked to me. I said, you know what? Before we get to public exoneration, we ourselves need to exonerate Garvey. Our people. Forget about what white people think about Garvey.
That's right.
We need to exonerate him. All of us should understand the role of the UNIA, what the UNIA did, and how important and valuable it is. So, I mean, it's nice to go ask the US government. You know, Obama's got another year and a half before he steps out. Go for it. But that's unimportant to me, personally. Right. No, we need to, you want to exonerate Garvey? Spread his message and do the work.
That's right.
Build the UNIA, get together collectively, make our independent economic base. That's how you exonerate Garvey. All this other stuff is fluff and nonsense.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I mean,
because then you're validating that he did something wrong.
Exactly.
So to get a pardon, you mean you did something wrong.
Exactly.
And he did nothing wrong. It was a frame-up, it was a trump-up charge. We already know that. Just like with Sister Amanda, right? It was a theory that Garvey is an irritant. We need to do something about him. Right? He's galvanizing our people. In addition to the ruling, the bourgeoisie, Tom, they were like, well, we can't handle this, you know. He's showing us up. Right. We're here begging into our boat. I said, we don't have to beg. We can do it. And they're like, wow, this is showing us up. And the master said, hey, what your Tom doing? What's going on here? And so you need to deport him, you need to arrest him and then deport him. Yeah,
yeah, so those are my feelings. I mean,
I concur.
I mean, you know, if some well-meaning, though misdirected elements want to pursue that,
energy there, please.
I mean, we won't stand in their way. Go for it. But I think we need to exonerate Garvey within ourselves. And the way to do that is to rebuild and continue the work that he did.
That's right.
Because it succeeded.
And I said there's a bill that has been introduced by your senior black congressman, Rangel.
Oh, my God.
That's introduced a bill in the House.
Yeah.
I got it. You asked a question about what should we do, right? Here's something. I think it was suggested before. You have people here, black people here who's well educated, who have the technology, who's well, you know. If some of them go back to Africa and spread the skills that they have to help develop Africa, that would be a good thing.
Well, that's all part of what
people doing that.
Okay, people doing that.
But what we're saying is because of the politics.
Yeah, the politics
the
gets in the way.
government is not going to let you come in and train and educate those people.
Right, I understand.
But so much.
Yeah,
because
right.
They want them to be down.
A
lot of crazy things going on in Africa right now.
Yeah.
Again.
I mean, it gets me upset that, okay, At one point, we had the Europeans we had to deal with. Now you have the Chinese. That's what gets me upset. So it's not just one element of people you gotta deal with. You got Chinese and all these other people coming.
Brother.
Then you got the Jewish people. Because I heard that there's Jewish people in Nigeria.
Brother, everybody's in Africa.
Yeah.
We've been dealing with Jews since 1492.
But I understand when you say, oh, we come here, but we have to get the upset that Brother Raymond. Yeah, so we upset, you know. They say don't organize. You're getting upset. I know. You don't want to stress yourself if you get upset. Say, okay,
I'm not stressed myself.
no, I understand what I'm saying. I said, how are we going to do this? We need to organize here. We need to do step 1, step 2, step 3. This is why Wadu went to Ethiopia in 2010 with Dr. Jeffries and Minister Menes, Baba Tusi, and lots of them. They were there and they said, no, listen, we are concerned about what you people are doing over here, and you need to do certain things to allow our people to come with these skills. I will tell you why we said, I show you, when you go this skill, the black bourgeoisie joined the car, killed and that. We don't really want you people coming here because we will show them up again. Because they pretend like they only the white man can save them. I know the Chinese can save them. And the Indians
Anybody but us.
Anybody of us can save them.
But the other thing here too is how many in here have been to Africa?
I haven't been yet.
I've been to Egypt.
Okay.
But that's Africa.
You have been to where, brother?
I've been to Egypt.
That's the motherland.
So where's Egypt, brother?
Yeah, it's in Africa. But somebody told me, I know it's in Africa. But somebody said I really haven't been to really Africa. Like
you went to Africa?
Sub-Saharan.
Right. Which is one I
Can I
want to do.
interrupt?
Because that's my dream.
When did you
That's
go?
my dream.
When did you go? And whom did you go with?
I went 05 and
Crawford.
yeah, Crawford, right. Yeah.
Hold on, did you go with him?
No.
That's our story.
And my dream, you know what my dream would be? To travel throughout Africa. I would love to travel throughout Africa, and I would like to do some work in Africa.
The thing here, though, what I'm trying to say
Okay,
about
I
that,
know.
if you're paying
Yes,
attention
I know.
to the
Yeah, I'm paying
politics,
attention.
and I'm
No,
back
I
to
know.
the passport, and on the bottom of the passport, they have an electronic thing right now, they're monitoring. So all of us get together in here and say, that's what we want to do, we want to go to Africa.
Yeah,
Some people don't have passports in here. It might be hard for a black American to get a passport right now, you understand, if we all want to go to Africa.
Why?
Before they want, because the way they're politically monitoring things, you understand, in terms of going and getting your passport, we all want to go, they may make it a little harder, you understand, because they don't want us over there.
Yeah.
They don't want us over there talking to the people about, you know, this and that. It's true.
Henry Kissinger is on record when he was Secretary of State. He's on record and said the most dangerous thing would be for the Africans in the West to join the Africans on the continent.
They got a government document on that, National Security Council Memorandum 46.
He just said, try to make these two settlements.
Hold it. That was Kissinger?
Yes.
Well, Kissinger-
No, I know what it was. Brzezinski. Brzezinski on the Carter was
I'm saying Brzezinski.
No, that's the document I have.
Brzezinski, but I'm telling you, Henry Kissinger also has one.
Okay, of course. Well, it would make sense. He's the father of that.
Of course. He also is on
No, but the
record.
document I read was
Brzezinski
Brzezinski.
document.
Yeah.
But Henry Kissinger also said the same thing. Do not make these Africans over here get together. That's why my argument earlier. You have to be
They
careful.
allow limited amount, and that's
Yeah.
what, I went to the African Travel Association conference last year in Washington. The Chamber of Commerce were there. He had up on the board, they know who's traveling, who's not traveling, since they put that thing on
That
there.
monitor.
And he was able to say there's less African Americans, he said it, white man, less African Americans traveling from northeast. And now they seem to be traveling out of Atlanta, he says, an increase. Oh, what do you think it is, he said. So obviously he said, well, maybe they retired from the north to the south. They're monitoring us. We're not paying any attention, but they are paying attention.
Now I have a photo here with us with our brother Ray.
After you finish,
with Raymond, myself, and all of us, Dr. J, when you all came to that Wadu award, Leadership in the Struggle Award, with Jawara and myself, you and Mike sitting over here. And
Oh, okay.
and we have now the one before, and Ambassador.
Antonio.
Is here.
Okay.
Now, Teddy said, listen, he's from Angola, but he is the AU representative to the United Nations, permanent observer mission. And he said, here and other places, he's traveling on a plane, of course, and he's coming from Angola, and he's going into Africa. And on that plane going to Africa, all white people, you see the planes, 1 or 2 black people on that plane, going into Africa, right? 1 or 2 people, and Chinese and all these people. He's coming out of Africa, the plane is filled with black people. Can you understand that? The black people are trying, I usually see that people they're drowned in the seas of the Spain and Italy.
Yeah.
Because these populations are coming in and displacing them. That's what these populations are doing. You have these wealthy Sudanese and Arabs and these, again, Uncle Tom said, give them vast tract of lands.
For nothing.
And the indigenous people are displaced. They say, well, they got to go to Europe now to equal to living.
But Raven, one moment. When Clark traveled to Liberia the other day, when she came back, she told us on the trip to Liberia on the plane, it was just all white people.
Okay.
It always is.
All white people.
They don't
And
have
she
any
said
fear.
on the beaches in Liberia, all white people.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, okay, so
No,
Ebola
no,
is
Brother
going
Charles.
going there then?
Brother Charles?
I've been thinking for a while. I think some of it goes back to what you said earlier, when you listen to Dr. Ben speak about what the Egyptians did and the work in engineering and how he spoke about, and you related how what he said to when you learn something, you learn to benefit you, to benefit your community.
Sounds so intellectual.